What's up, guys? It's your girl Diana, and I'm new on YouTube. All I could ask, guys, for your support. Kindly support me by subscribing, liking, and commenting my videos is all I need. So today we are going to learn about the story behind the lake Simbi Nyaima, found in KENDUBAY in Kenya. Since I was young, this story has been in most of my primary books. And I thought it was just a fiction until I visited the lake and I got a tour guide who narrated this story in details, and I came to understand it was not a fiction or a casual thing, it was a real thing. And the story goes. So, guys, I'm going to narrate this, and I've been doing a lot of trials, and this is my 10th, no, actually it's the 7th trials. I've done a lot and I've been stopping at the start, stopping in the middle, and now I got the right storyline and I'm going to narrate it in details. So the story begins in a land called Gwasi that is in Homa Bay County. There was a poor fisherman whose name was Nyamgodho. You know how being poor is painful, right? It's not anybody's choice to be one. But in the traditional African society, when somebody was poor, you know how he was being treated in the society? He was not even allowed to make any decision in the society, nor even allowed to marry the best ladies because he's considered not having the wisdom. He's considered being a useless man in the society. So you can now place yourself in the situation of Nyamgodho. What he could do to put food on the table was to fish. And remember, he was all alone, no children, nor even a wife. So one morning as this Nyamgodho was fishing, he didn't find any fish. All his nets were empty, and other fishermen's nets were very full and could even envy them, admiring and wondering how did they get that. And so this man came back empty-handed, only to leave the nets in the waters so that when he goes back, maybe he can find some fish and take it home. But you know what? When Nyamgodho came back to the fish, he didn't find any fish. But the net was very heavy, and when he pulled it out, he was surprised. A voice came from the net pleading, "Man, please, let me leave." And Nyamgodho was surprised, and because of his mercifulness, he had pity on this woman and said, "Okay, then let's go home." So they came home empty-handed, but with a woman. So Nyamgodho started living with this woman, and then as the days goes by, Nyamgodho started getting fish, and every day his nets were ever full of fish. And so this woman, whose name was Anyango Nyargwasi. Anyango Nyargwasi. Nyar means a lady from Gwasi. Gwasi is just a town. And so they started becoming rich. And then in the African traditional society, barter trade was allowed. So they could use this fish to buy animals, right? So time goes by and this man became very rich. And you know what? Men, when they start becoming rich, they will start marrying more wives, right? And in a Luo community, polygamy was really respected. And so this man married the second wife, married the third wife, and started living together. So The second wife gave him children, and even the third one gave him children, but Anyango Nyarugwasi didn't give him any children except all the wealth he had. So Nyamgodho Wodombari was very rich, and he was being invited to different meetings. And in an African traditional society of Luo, meetings were meant for the elders, and in these meetings, pots of wine were being brought, and then they could sip it through the pipes, right? And so one day, Nyamgodho Wodombare was called to a meeting, and then they drank until late at night. Then Nyamgodho Wodombare came in to his homestead and said, and knocked to the knocked to the third wife's door. The third wife didn't open, and then he knocked on the second wife's doors, and then she didn't open it again. And when he knocked the first wife, that is Anyango Nyarugwasi, she didn't open it. And then Nyamgodho Wodombare started throwing insults all over again and said, even the one I picked from the cedar can't even open the door for me. Who do you think you are? Then Anyango Nyarugwasi was very bitter about these words. And then she decided to leave Nyamgodho Wodombare. So the next morning, when Anyango Nyarugwase confronted Nyamgodho Wodombare of all the insults he threw during the night, and then Nyamgodho Wodombare was very happy that she had all those insults, and he was happy that at long as Anyango Nyarugwase was going to leave so that he can marry another wife and have more children. And so Anyango Nyarugwasi, because she came from the sea and now she's going back to the sea. And then the moment she stepped into the lake, all the animals and all the wells started following her. And then Nyamgodho Wodombare, on seeing all these mysterious things happen, he decided to follow Anyango Nyarugwasi to ask for forgiveness. But it was too late. The moment he turned to look at Anyango Nyarugwasi as she disappears into the sea, he turned into a tree like an old man leaning the cheeks on the stick. So if you go to Gwasi right now, you will find that tree. That was Nyamgodho Wodombare. And so Anyango Nyarugwasi stayed in the sea for 2 days, and after the third day, he found himself on the beaches of Rawi. Rawi is still in KENDUBAY. So all these things happened in 1715. And she was very hungry. She was cold, and she didn't have any place to stay. So she traveled through the lands, and she came nearby a lake called Kawaswa. No, actually, it was a village called Kawaswa. And
Thank you guys
for listening to the first part of the origin of Simbi Nyaima. Watch out for the next part. Please like, subscribe, and comment to my channel. If you're new here, I'm your girl Diana. See you in the next episode. Bye.